This is Arizona State University's Nepal and China Study Abroad program, Innovation and Green Growth, which included students of different disciplines and faculty. This is the fourth year of collaboration with the Trivivon University students. Our goal was to understand and work on sustainable energy and agriculture and to understand systems thinking, as well as to undertake systems analysis by working with farmers. We traveled from Kathmandu to Nawalpur in the lowlands of Nepal. We lived with and did homestays with the indigenous group known as the Tarus. We started with the biochar project, which is a process of pyrolyzing green waste, in our case, invasive plant species, into usable carbon-neutral or carbon-negative product, the biochar. A professional trainer that helped us understand the process, setting up the kiln to prevent oxygen from escaping, pyrolyzed the dried invasive plant species and recorded the external temperature. Biochar can be used to make briquettes for both heating and cooking at the factory. We worked with different stakeholders to install the solar panels, including the farmers, local municipality, and the private solar company. We started with the framework, poured concrete, applied anti-corrosive coating. Then, we started installing one of the 30 panels, carrying the panels on a really hot and humid day. The taller students were very useful and made it a lot easier. In 2 days, the project was almost complete and ready to power the motor to lift the water from under the ground for irrigation. Water is vital for rice farming. Look at those smiles. We are taking a break and eating off of compostable leaf bowls. Resource mapping to verify who and how much land were benefiting from the irrigation. From this map, we knew that 345 people benefited from the 2 of the 3 solar panels that were installed by Arizona State University. The community thanking Arizona State students for work well done. Village members thanking everyone. After the hard work, it was a time for a jungle safari in the Chitwan National Park to get a glimpse of the endangered one-horned rhino and tusked elephants and enjoy the beauty of the park, with a sunset in the village right after. Now to the uplands from the lowlands. We understood the incredible diversity of the typography and the people. These are the mid-hills of Nepal, many over 2,500 feet, where we trekked to meet farmers who have been practicing sustainable farming for over 30 years. This is Rupa Lake, where farmers have created one of the most successful fishing cooperatives, while also paying attention to the conservation of the forests. Once to the highlands, Surya and Saraswati Adhikari are world-famous conservation farmers specializing in organic coffee, worldwide opportunities on organic farms, woofers, from all over the world come to their farm to volunteer. Meeting with other similar conservation farmers was a deep learning experience. Understanding the watershed management, community forestry, buffer zone, and conservation farming in the hills of Nepal made us smile. Coming back to Kathmandu, we took a stroll on the suspension bridge. The food is the soul of the country, and it was scrumptious.
From Nepal, we entered China through the city of Guangzhou and onto Guomaling village in Hubei province. The journey in itself was revealing. We experienced highly developed infrastructure and were transported on the sophisticated and well-designed high-speed train. The hustle and bustle of the Guangzhou subway reminded us of New York or London in rush hour. We arrived at the architecturally beautiful eco-farm near Gudang Lake, where we stayed for the next 8 days. Our research lab and meeting room was kindly provided by the officials of the Tuanshan Township. Work began immediately with the overview of the green development area where we would be performing most of our research. This map was the basis of our research. Gudang Lake is rich in beautiful wetlands, sporting lotus flowers, pavilions, and walkways as part of the green development infrastructure. Touring and understanding the innovation duck frog rice farming, known as Yawadao, the first of its kind, which was a fun experience. This integrated agricultural practice is the staple of green development in the region, being practiced by many farmers dedicated to innovation in agriculture. The very nature of Yawadao has built-in integrated pest management. This is paired with solar-powered insect traps. Many of these pheromone devices to attract insects work in concert with the ducks and frogs to create a healthy ecosystem that also promotes a safe growing space. The farmers grow over 10 varieties of rice, with some of them being local varieties. The ducklings were introduced into the rice at the appropriate time. We met and spoke with farmers. Translation could often take some time. We tried to speak in Mandarin. We thanked the farmers for coming and talking to us. We asked more questions and collected more data on the farming systems of rice, peach, sponge gourd, cattle, and pig. We met with government officials and university representatives with the hope of strengthening our collaboration. The school children were amazingly expressive and had diverse aspirations. Knowing how to plant rice properly is an experience we will never forget. We learned that local sponge gourd farming is not completely sustainable. Through further green development, sponge gourd could potentially replace manufactured loofah while tackling the problem of waste. The peach farm was designed to attract tourists to come to the area during both its blossoming and harvesting period. All of these data systems were sorted and analyzed to produce a draft presentation. It was not all work. We got the privilege of introducing the ducklings into the rice fields. The food produced by Mr. Wong at his restaurant was overly exceptional. We now know what it means to eat real Chinese food. This has been an incredible experience in China, and we hope to continue this research in the future. We have learned that green growth is not possible without trust and sharing. With this ends our 2019 Study Abroad program. The China-Nepal Study Abroad Program 2019, Innovation and Green Growth, would not have been a success without the support of many agencies and people. We are deeply thankful to all of them. In China, from Beijing Normal University, Professional Zhang Gang Han and Song Elena Yuqin. Officials Mr. Liu Zhongcheng, Party Chief of Shishu City, Mr. Shi Beicheng, Mayor of Shishu City, Mr. Tang Xiangxing, Party Chief of Tuanqing Si Township, Mr. Tian Yongfang, Deputy Chief, as well as his team, along with Mr. Pan Zhuan. From Guomaling Village, Master Chef Mr. Wang Heming and his restaurant crew, Mr. Yan Bin, Yawadao, Duck, Frog, Rice, and Wine Workshop owner, as well as all the farmers we interviewed. The graduate students and excellent translators Anna Yi Chen and Yu Rong Yu. From Yangtze University, Vice President Zheng Jun and faculty. From Hubei TV, Long Shangxing. And all guided by the Development Research Center Green Team, led by Dr. Yongsheng Zheng. In Nepal, from Tribhuvan University, Dr. Regina Miske. From Resource Himalaya, Dr. Dinesh Buju. From Sunbridge Solar, Jivan Badya and Sobaya Tuladar. The Amaltari Village Community in Nawalpur. The Kuleni Village Community and Kuleni Farmers Association, Nawalpur. The Pokhara Farmers, Kaski, the Kawasuti Municipality in Nawalpur, and the Rupa Lake Cooperative, Kaski.